Did you think though, like right out, like when you got drafted, it would be like a perfect fit? I mean, you really like fit in. I mean, I know you mentioned a little bit like it was a good fit, but like, did you really get out there and be like, okay, yeah, like this is where I can hit my ceiling the early, not my ceiling, but like be able to start growing in the right way and actually contributing to a team that, I mean, shit, yeah, you guys are the one seed, that team that wins. Was that like a thought in your mind immediately?
I would say that's where my agent kind of wanted me to go through the whole process. And I watched the NBA a lot, watched a lot of LeBron. To be honest with you, Chris knows that, but
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Nuggets that much. But my agent's like, man, I think the Nuggets are a great fit for you, like playing. But then you think about it, you get to thinking like, all right, I get to run to the corner. Nikola Jokic is going to make the game easier for everybody, so automatically you look better playing with them anyways. They're a team that plays in transition, which is probably what I'm best at. I get to shoot wide open threes because everybody's looking at Nikola and Jamal. And then I get to guard. Like I said, going into it, they're like, all right, you get to guard. Probably the best player. But going into it, I think even the team, maybe the coaches were like, they put me out there. They know I'm going to play hard, and they would put me on like, one of the guys who isn't really scoring, but it's like developed into, all right, CB, when you're out there, like you got KD, like or book gets hot, like all right, CB switch on the book. So like that's what it turned into, and that's what the role I carved out. But I don't know that I knew it was going to be that perfect, and there was definitely some up and downs. I'm sure you guys watched. Like there was times where I'm playing a lot. There was times where I started games. There was times where I had DNPs. Like there was ups and downs, but it was like after the trade deadline, we kind of hit a stride. Like, and then I knew like, all right, this is going to be my role. This is how many minutes I'm going to play, and it's still like you go out there and it's like you're probably going to get in, but depending on how you play, plus minus wise, that's pretty much how you're going to play. Like you could come in and make a mistake and then not get in for the rest of the half. So we just got to be ready for those things. And there was ups and downs, but I think that looking like across the league, as far as fits go for everybody that got drafted, I don't know if there's a rookie in a better spot than me.
Yeah,
What's
I
the
agree with that.
100%? What's the difference for you between Coach Self and Coach Malone? Like, what's the difference between the two?
Oh man, I could go on for this for a long time. So basically, I tell people this all the time. Coach Self, I can say that. Coach Self and Coach Malone actually are pretty similar as far as like their mindset, their mentality. They're both pretty old school guys. Like to raise their voice a little bit, like to get after you. But the difference is, I don't know that Coach Malone can do it as much. Because Coach Self is a college coach. Being a college coach is a lot different than being an NBA coach. Like in college, you can really yell at guys. Like you can yell at them, you can cuss them out. You can call them names, and you're still their head coach, and there's nothing they can do about it. And the same. Everybody respects Coach Self too. That's another big thing. It's like he can call you whatever names, and you still love him. The same way. But I would say that Coach Self, they're the same way, but Coach Self is allowed to be himself more. Like Coach Malone isn't really, going out here and cussing Nikola Jokic out. Like Nikola Jokic is a 2-time MVP.
Back to back MVP.
Yeah, like you said, like this isn't a guy you can go out here and cuss out because at the end of the day, like he's great. He's going to do his job though. So we have guys on our team that I would say are very respectful to coach, and there's not many situations, but I can imagine around the league that there is a lot of situations where people don't, respect their head coach as much. And that's definitely not how it is, in Denver. But there's definitely similarities mindset wise. But Coach Self is definitely allowed to get after his players more than Coach Malone is, I would say.
Yeah, and talk about like you can tell. Like I've watched the games lately, and I watch all the highlights after. Like, what is the confidence that Coach Malone and Jamal Murray and Jokic and all of them have like in you? Does that make it easier to go out there and play? I know like you're probably on a short leash, but like it has to at least be in your mind a little bit. Those dudes are confident. They love the way you play, and they love what you bring to the team.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know this. Same, like you said, was saying with Coach Self. Like it's something that you have to earn. Like with Coach Malone, it was like I don't know that we can trust a rookie in the playoffs guarding KD, or I don't know that So he's giving me room to grow. He's giving me I've made mistakes obviously, so he's really let me play through those things. And like I said, there's times where I haven't been able to play through them as much, and that's frustrating obviously. But Coach Malone, like I said, I can't complain about him at all. Like he has let me play through mistakes in the playoffs He's let me, do all these things, whether it's the fourth quarter, the first quarter. Like, he's giving me a pretty good leash, and I think that the guys know that I'm going to go out there and I'm not going to try to shoot it, too many times, or I'm not going to try to force anything. So that's where I think the trust is with them. Like, I enjoy playing with those guys. I think they enjoy playing with me. And just trying to make it easier on them. Like, I literally go out there and it's like, all right, Jamal, you go score 40. I don't care how many I score, but like, let me help you out on defense. Like Jamal was out there the other day and had like 35 in game one. And I told him, like, bro, look, you don't need to go. Like, you don't need to score every point on offense and then go guard Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. You don't need to do that. Like, when a rookie comes in, I can chase those guys around. I can, so I tell them that and I let them know that, I'm just there to help. I'm there to make them look better, make their job easier. And so I think that's probably where the trust comes with them for sure.